Professor Talita, it's an honor to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
My name is Young. I work as BJJ and MMA commentator, and I'm also a BJJ practitioner. I know your achievement in BJJ. I remember 2017, you made world champion, pan champion, Nogi champion, and world pro champion.
Thank you so much for having me and to wanting to do an interview. I appreciated to you speaking those kind words about my career. And it's definitely very remarkable for me. And thank you.
Thank you. Please give a quick message to Korean BJJ practitioners and your fans in Korea.
Well, I'm just a regular person, you know, and you never think that um what we achieve can
Mhm,
reach so further, you know what I
mhm,
mean? And further like as
mhm,
far as like in Korea, Japan,
mhm,
Asia in
mhm,
general, like and we did flew the whole world to do this. I mean, thank you for having many people believing in my jiu-jitsu and showing that jiu-jitsu really works for small people.
mhm,
For women, you know, and I like to empower women, you know, and
mhm,
other people that think, oh, I'm too small, I cannot do it. You can do anything you want.
mhm.
Just be disciplined and keep doing. And it's amazing that you also do jiu-jitsu. That's my message to everybody.
You said you're a regular person. I don't believe you, but you are definitely influencing a lot of people. Uh, I want to talk about your opponent. Julia
Yeah.
is an up-and-coming striker who has reach advantage. And I saw your last fight, a great submission. And I think your MMA has improved so much, and you're getting adjust to higher career people. So, are you satisfied with your training camp for this fight?
Julia definitely has a good striking. She's a
Mhm,
Muay Thai, Brazilian Muay Thai. She's a brawler, you know. She likes to play the game and
mhm,
she likes to smile and laugh
mhm,
around like the fight. She
mhm,
does have a decent jiu-jitsu as far as grappling, you know. Um, as far as my grappling, it's as you know, it's a word level. I
mhm,
don't think she can bring anywhere there like that. It would make me uncomfortable, you know. Even in the striker, like you said, I started like slow in the UFC because I was
mhm,
cautious, you know, and
mhm,
I was waiting to get to my second contract
mhm,
like I am
mhm.
now, and that I
Yeah.
can risk more, you know, and that's definitely a fight.
Mhm.
All the fights and definitely a
Yeah.
fighter. That's also for me to test my skills, you know,
Mhm,
that I've been practicing a lot. And as far as the jiu-jitsu, you guys know that how I've been working my grounding pound and everything else
mhm,
is for the kill, you know what I mean?
mhm,
And or
mhm.
to make damage or to have
Yes.
a
Mhm,
impactful submission, you know what I mean?
mhm,
She
mhm,
is much younger than me, and I like to test myself with younger fighters and also with girls that has much more fighters than me, and the UFC only gonna give me like this type of test, you know, nobody that
mhm,
have like 7, 10 fights like I have, you know. I decide to go direct to amateur to direct from professional, not do any
yes, yes.
amateur fight.
Mhm,
And Julia has a lot of experience, and I love to test myself against like people that have so many fights. It just makes me um besides help my ego a little bit, that's
mhm,
not much of the fighting, you know, thing.
mhm,
But it's definitely I'm in interview. But it's
mhm.
definitely something that it's something the fight that's it motivated me as well, you know.
Okay. Uh, Listening to you, I think you said everything is test for you. I think, you are testing yourself during all your life because you did triathlon, you did nogi, you did jujitsu, and you did swimming, and you're testing yourself for what? For 20 years?
Oh wow, yes, that's awesome. This That's something that I always tell everybody, you know, is like
Mhm,
I am like for the fan base, I am
mhm,
just a regular person, but I don't think I am regular at all because what we
mhm,
do is extraordinary, you know? And and I know that I'm not the only one in the UFC that have a
mhm,
huge professional athlete career, you know? And definitely I've been testing myself for a while. And then I
mhm,
said, if I don't renew with the UFC, if I don't retire in the UFC,
Mm,
I don't want this. If I'm not making to the UFC, I don't want this. I don't do anything to be like, just want to fight LFA, or I just want to do the simple thing. If I'm not doing anything extraordinary, I don't want it. If it's not to make story,
mm,
to have like impact on people, I don't
mm,
want it. You know what I mean?
I think you have an impressive career, but I'm also very impressed that I heard you wake up 4:30 a.m. every morning and start training. Is that true?
Yes, and I used to Uber too. Like I used to, it
Wow.
depends because it goes by each camp, you know.
Uh-huh.
But
Mm-hmm.
there was a time when I was already
Mm-hmm.
fighting MMA because I had to choose, or I either do
Mm-hmm.
many things that
Uh-huh.
I have to sell myself to survive, or should I do the
Mm-hmm.
hard work and not make
Mm-hmm.
excuse, you know? And that I was waking up like 4 or 5:30 a.m. to do
Mm-hmm.
Uber so I can go train after, and then
Wow.
start training, teach, and then go Uber again, you know what I mean? And
Wow.
it's a hard life, you know, and I was having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation with my nutritionist today
Mm-hmm.
too, talking about this. Is like I grow with a diversity. I
Okay.
grow with
Huh?
having people like doubt on my
Uh-huh.
potential. And I
Okay.
do need the people that believe in potential because I
Mm-hmm.
believe it's very important for your career as you have a really close team to you. But I grow with bad, you know, and this is how I transition to
Mm-hmm.
my success, you know, because
Okay.
not everything in life is perfect, you know. So that's
Wow.
definitely it was a time that I was testing myself a lot being up,
Uh-huh.
but I don't wake up so far from days
Okay.
now, you know, because we're in camp, we gotta sleep
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, of course. Okay, you last time after last fight, after you win the submission and you called Dana White for you wanted to renew the contract. And did you get an answer
Yes,
from him?
yes, I did. We did renew. I actually posted
Wow.
like a video doing an interview, you know, saying
Mm-hmm.
that the same thing I said to you,
Mm-hmm.
that I was fighting for my contract in my last fight,
Mm-hmm.
and that I wanted to be renewed because I intended to retire in the UFC. That would be
Mm-hmm.
my last sport, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to
Wow.
make story this way, and
Wow.
it did it touch Donna, and he say, "I love that." But one of my
Uh-huh.
how can I say the word in English? One of the
Huh?
things that I really want is to meet Dana in person because I never met him yet, you
You
know, just
haven't.
through
Okay.
no social media.
Okay.
I really want to take a picture with him.
Huh?
And I was like, I deserve to be here, Uncle Donna. I was like,
Uh,
what's up? Tell me. You know what I mean?
hmm?
It's something that I really wanted, and then we were very successful, me and my team, and we renewed the contract with the UFC. We're fresh contract fighter.
Wow, congratulations. And
Thank you.
one last thing, training with the new team. Tell us about your team because your team's is not that famous in Korea. So please introduce your team to Korean fans.
That's gonna be something that I have fresh news for you. So I've been in MMA. When I did my transition to MMA, I was very
Mm-hmm.
afraid to do the transition because
Mm-hmm.
nowadays in the background, like you think too much and you think like, should I do a new sport? Should I
Mm-hmm.
accept this new challenge? Like it was something that I really want. I took a while to do this transition, and the only thing I regret is time because you can go back in time, you know. Um, and I did a train in multiple places in different coaches. You know, I had too
Mm-hmm.
much information. I had
Mm-hmm.
to excellent coach, and I did it found, but this coach and I didn't share the same beliefs, principles, and values, you know.
Okay.
And it was an excellent coach, you know, and I just made a few changes in my camp, and I finished my camp in Denver, Colorado, with a
Okay.
new coach. But it's something that I will not speak to you solid right now because one of the adversity that I have in the moment is to find a good coach that's flexible, because my coach were excellent, professional. He
Uh-huh.
did everything, but when it comes to be flexible in the period of the camp, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't be. And this is bothering me because MMA is constantly evolving. And
Yes.
if not open mind, you
Mm-hmm.
will grow with the sport. And we
Mm-hmm.
should grow technical wise, grow
Yeah.
with the sport,
Mm-hmm.
deliver what the UFC wants, and deliver what we can deliver. And
Mm-hmm.
I found myself
Mm-hmm.
with many challenges with him. And I knew that um for a while I needed to learn everything I could from him so I could make change for the future. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I
Mm-hmm.
for this camp as well.
Yes.
About the team, I won't be able to speak you solid, but I have an
Mm-hmm.
excellent team behind me.
Okay.
You actually know my new coach. His name is Justin Glory Kickboxer. So Glory is more Middle East.
Glory, yeah, Glory Kickboxing, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
nasty,
Uh-huh.
nasty. So we work for about the end of my camp
Mm-hmm.
with I
Wow.
mixed my last
Mhm.
the fight game
Yes.
plan for
Mm-hmm.
her,
Mm-hmm.
and with element surprise with Justin. Oof,
Yeah.
cannot wait to
Wow.
show.
Yeah, I noticed because you used to fight, you rush in and you try to clinch and do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but this time you
Uh-huh.
were more technical on the stand-up.
Yes,
Yes, and you have you added a lot of different skills,
yeah,
you
over
know.
time, it takes time to
Mm-hmm.
master skills, like
Mm-hmm.
took me like 25 years now to
Yeah.
be good at jiu-jitsu. Still like
Mm-hmm.
the sport is evolving a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to evolve with everything what you're doing, because if you're not, if you're in this
Mm-hmm.
old school mentality, it's hard to evolve with the sport. You know what I mean?
All the fighters evolve as well as you do evolve, and everybody puts on their different skills, and everybody's a little bit different. So I
Yeah.
totally agree with you that coaches have to be flexible and coaches have to be open mind to
Of
adjust.
course.
Mm-hmm.
And a good coach, because I'm a coach as well. I coach kids.
Mm-hmm.
I chose
Mm-hmm.
to coach women and kids, specifically self-defense and
Mm-hmm.
empowerment, like teach grappling and teach you grappling in a way that you can be part of somebody's journey, not just go to the gym and just have another
Mm-hmm.
session and that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it not make something markable in people's life, because that's what I think that I am. This is my purpose, and that's how I can. The octagonal is how I can show how much
Mm-hmm.
it's Jesus and me, but my purpose is helping people, and I think that um if you are a good coach and you learn each person that you are working and understand how
Mm-hmm.
much different approach you can do as a person, so you can achieve with her the
Mm-hmm.
the peak of evolvement,
Wow.
the peak of like how good you can be. I think you have an excellent team. But if in your in the process of training and having a team and coach, if you find yourself with
Mm-hmm.
many challenges,
Mm-hmm.
that's not part of accountability, because MMA is not accountable. The
Mm-hmm.
sport in general are not accountable. We are high performance entertainment people,
Mm-hmm.
But if your coach is not able to adjust and be flexible and be open mind, it's definitely a challenge.
Well, I mean, Professor, I have a gym, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym as well. So it's really influencing me as well. Thank you for the insight.
You're welcome.
For
Yes, that's one of the things I'm really good at. Like in United States, I have a law degree, but in United States, I went to Dale Carnegie leadership course and to understand how to work with
uh,
people and etc. And I wanted to specialize how to make jiu-jitsu gyms better and what they're lacking of. Like I am like a representative of like sales. It's more related to sales, of course, because it comes to branding, customer service, how you treat the clients, and how can you understand the necessity, how can you deliver
Mhm.
a gym that people want to be what you are selling. You know what I mean? Like, example, your gym, it's a family gym, it's a competitor gym, and like we work those things and how can we deliver this, and everything is customer service.
Wow, I just saw another side of test that you're
Yeah.
facing. Okay, it's about time, so please, there are so many female BJJ practitioners in Korea. Would you give an advice for those who are training jiu-jitsu but they want to become MMA fighter later? Give them some advice.
I would say start early, started
Uh-huh.
now as a kid because like we said, the sport is evolving so much and there is
Mhm.
so much. But what I can tell is don't be afraid. And women, the way women can fight is so much different than males. Of course, we're not
Mhm.
making any comparison, but
Mhm.
they love to see women fighting. If you have the fighter in you and you want to do this, believe in yourself, just do it. Be disciplined. And that's my message for you guys. Believe that you can do it. And it's normal to doubt yourself, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
as long as you have a solid plan, follow the plan.
I run amateur fight promotion for KMMA.
Mhm.
Would you give a message to all the young MMA fighters who's been preparing to become pro fighter?
Oh wow. Have fun because that's very important, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Have fun this process because amateur is where you can get past. Of course, there is many things behind the scene when it comes to a record and everything. Choose the fight wisely. Have a good team because if you have a whole team behind you, even though you're amateur, it build your character as a professional for your first professional fight. And I tell you, based on my experience, you will do very good. So be smart, but have fun because there is so much pressure on us, you know. Have fun is the most important thing. Enjoy what you're doing, you know what I mean? Go because you love to fight. Because I fight for my family, but I fight because I love fighting, you know.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Professor, wish you all the best. And I want to tell you, you said you're a regular person, but you're so special. And I
Thank you.
always, I wish you all the best, Professor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.